Alright, and welcome to AZRM's review on Procreate. Now, we're going to be viewing some of the good aspects and bad aspects about Procreate, so let's get started. Alright, so Procreate has a recording function you can use, and it records kind of okay, I guess. But unlike Sketchbook Pro, it doesn't follow where you are, or follow at, doesn't zoom in or out. Sadly doesn't, so you can only see from a fixed position, which is not bad or anything, but if you do like the zooming in function of other programs, this is obviously not the best recording tool. That being said, there are other programs you could use, such as Sketchbook Pro or any of the Adobe suites that you can use. Though they can't record, you have to find a recording program on the internet somewhere. Alright, so now let's talk about some tools. Procreate doesn't have the greatest amount of tools like say Photoshop or GIMP, but being a portable program that you can use on your tablet, it does have some really nice tools. Now if we check out the brushes by clicking on the brush tool here, you can see that they have a couple of different brushes that you could use. They are the sketching, inking, painting, airbrushing tools, texture tools, and the abstract tools. Now as you can see, there are only 8 different tools that you can use. Each of them only has 8, which is kind of a downer if you do like a lot of tools. But the upside to this is that you can customize the size opacity of it as like you can on Photoshop, but you can also make your own tools. So you can import images by clicking the import button up there on the top right, and you can choose a shape, the grain, the anything else that lets you choose pretty much. You can make a pretty much customizable set of tools that you can add to this library. So my 2 favorite tools to use are the technical pen and the sketching technical pencil. Now the sketching technical pencil and the technical pen, the reason I like them is because they don't fluctuate when you're using them. What I mean by this is that they don't increase by holding it longer on the paper. How about I just show you for an example? So if I use the studio pen, set this color to black here. Just a second. Edit that out. If we use this, the studio pen, as you can see, there's a fluctuation of the pen depending on how hard or soft I hold it or how fast I go. If I go really fast, it'll make nice thick lines. If I go slowly, it'll make thinner lines. It's kind of mimicking pressure sensitivity if you don't have a pressure sensitive pen that's compatible with this program. But besides that, I do not really like it, because if you don't have a pressure sensitive pen, and when you're trying to draw in a really thin line with this, it comes out all crooked. So I do not like that. So what I prefer to this is the regular technical pen. Now let's undo some of this. There we go. Alright. So the technical pen, as you can see, draws a straight line no matter how fast I go, no matter how much pressure I put onto it. Even if you have a pressure sensitive pen, it just stays solid. And I like that, and I like maneuvering. It's kind of like Photoshop. If you use Photoshop with a pen that doesn't really have much sensitivity, or a tablet that doesn't have much sensitivity, then you can just arrange the thickness by using the little scroll bar over here on the side that lets you increase the size and lower the size, and also the opacity bar over here that lets you increase and decrease opacity. So let's show you a little decreased opacity. It looks a little bit grayer. So I like that on this. Alright, so layers on this program are the same as in Photoshop or GIMP or Sketchbook Pro. They act the same way. The only difference is that to delete something or use any of the other tools that layers allow you to use, you have to swipe on them. This took me a while to actually find out. I was always looking for them and using different methods to do the exact same thing. And deleting layers was a problem for me for a while, but then just one day I accidentally swiped on it and it allowed me to view the different options that the layers give you. So the options that we have here are Select Tool, Copy Tool, the Duplicate Tool, and the Delete Tool. Now these tools do the exact same thing on Photoshop, so I won't take any more time on the layers today. Alright, so next I'm talking about the colors. Now when you click on the color tool, it opens up and you get a nice color wheel. Now it works like any other color wheel on Photoshop or any other program. Unfortunately you can't switch it to a color triangle or anything else. You're stuck with this color circle. But what you can do is make palettes. You can make your own custom palettes, or you can use the ones that are pre-made already. Now you can make new palette by just clicking add, and you get an untitled palette. You can retitle it, add more colors to it, etc. Just to you can grow your library a little bit more. To add a color though, it's a little bit troublesome sometimes. You click on the bottom, but it doesn't always work when you want to like change the color. And it's working perfectly fine right now for the review, so that's good. And yeah, you just keep clicking on the different little squares. To delete a square though, you double click on it and click delete. That took me a while to decipher. Not the most intuitive kind of thing. Next thing I want to talk about here for the colors is the color values table that they have. It's pretty cool. If you know your color values by number, then you can find out a color. People that are used to HTML or any other type of coding that uses color values to show up on, say, a web page or on a program will be familiar with this kind of thing. To figure out how to use it though, you can go on Google, just click in color values HTML, and it should come up. And you get like a table of different values. All zeros obviously means black. 1, 2, 3 is red. And those are some just basic things that I have. You can also put in hexadecimal input value if you really know that stuff. I don't. So yeah, that's a really interesting tool that they decided to put in there. Alright, so next we're going to be talking about the Actions menu. Now in the Actions menu we have obviously the Help button, which takes you to the community page and the What's New page that they have on the internet. Also, you can go to customer support. But let's get started by talking about the Insert button. The Insert button allows you to upload images into your canvas. You can import them through the library that you have on your iPad, the Photos library, and you can also take a picture. I don't really use that much unless I want to actually save something that on the canvas that I have been previously working on my desktop, say, for example. Alright, so the Canvas button. Okay, so the Canvas button allows you to mess with your canvas. You can mess with the canvas metadata. I really like just making everything set from the beginning, so I don't really mess with this tool very much. The Share button is one of my favorite buttons that this program has. You can export your video. It's always recording, which is an okay thing. When you click Share Your Artwork, it allows you to export your artwork in 4 different formats. Now, the Pro format means that it's a Procreate format. You can open it up on another Procreate program on another tablet or something. The PSD is obviously Photoshop. JPEG is a regular image format, and PNG, again, another popular image format. So once you click on something, let's make it a JPEG. You can click on various different tools here. You can email it, message it, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Whatever you have installed on your iPad, you can probably do it. Anything that's allows you to share a photo. Alright, so devices. The devices button allows you to connect various different stylus to the Procreate program. Now, as you see, I have selected none because I'm using a regular stylus. You can use a Wacom Intuos Creative Stylus, which is one of the most popular ones. The JettyJet stylus is another very popular one. I have one of those personally. Don't use it very much with this program though, because it seems to work really well with just not having anything connected to it. So I use that. Not to say that JettyJet is it's a very bad pen or anything. It's really good for sketchbook. Okay, so the prefs button is the preference button, pretty much. Now, you get to mess around with the canvas a bit more, the cursor, you can change the interface so it's better for right-handed people, stuff like that. Now, you can also click on the classic color picker, which does something to your color wheel over here, and makes it a box. Something more like, maybe Windows Paint. So Windows Paint uses this kind of format, so if you're used to it, you can use it, go ahead. I preferably like the color wheel or a color triangle, so I'll stick to the color wheel in this case. Alright, so let's get on to the adjustments menu. The adjustments menu allows you to mess with opacity, the blur, the sharpness, and the noise. You can also mess with the hue saturation, color balance, and you have the color curves and the recolor. Now, these options are the same as in Photoshop, so if you know how to use them, go ahead, but I will not explain any further on this. So what's my overall view about this program? So my overall view about this program is that it's a really great program for a tablet, and it comes at a very cheap price. Besides that, the brushes are fantastic, everything's great, the color wheel, I wish we could switch it a bit, but besides that, all the tools that I have mentioned are really good for this. If you don't have a stylus that is interactive with your tablet, say like a Wacom Intuos stylus, then it doesn't really matter with this program, because this program is really good at handling different various tasks just with a simple stylus. But if you do want to get that pressure sensitivity, then I do suggest you get something like a Wacom Intuos stylus. So overall, it's a great program. If you want to pay the money for it, which is I think $4.99. Overall, it's a great program. So if you want to try it out, go ahead. And for this, I will give it a 4 out of 5 for a tablet program. It is amazing. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe. I do bi-weekly videos, and if you guys want to see more art from me, head on over to my DeviantArt page and or my Word blog page, and I'll leave that in the description notes below. And again, thanks for watching, and have a good day.